Super Bowl champion. I say he should have been the MVP. No disrespect to Djax. But you put up 2 touchdowns in that game. We'll get to that. But first and foremost, how are we doing today?
Hey, man, like I always tell people, I'm doing way better than I deserve. So, living life, loving life. Got a 11, 8, and 6-year-old in the house keeping me young every day. So, just enjoying life.
Yeah, I got a 7-year-old. Shout out to Cody. Love you, buddy. Daddy will be home soon. It's a blessing to see him run around. You know, you get aggravated sometimes, but one day all that stuff's gonna go away. You see it, you hear it all the time. The house is gonna be empty, and those times where they're screaming, they're stepping on Legos, and I've stepped on his Batman Hot Wheels car that punctured the bottom of my foot at 2:00 in the morning. You know, one day that's all gonna go away. You know, and it's just you just gotta cherish the moments and just be grateful, because to have children, it's a blessing, man. It's a crazy world out there, but it's definitely a blessing.
Well, what I say for me is I get a check because this is my second go round, right? So I have a 34, a 33, a 26, and 11, 8, and 6. So I know what it's like to have to cherish the moments of them being young.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it goes by so fast. My 26-year-old birthday was November 24th. And to think of, I had him as a junior in college to now he's graduated college. You know what I mean? Like, it's just time flies. And if you don't enjoy the moments with him, you'll miss things.
That's one thing. I'm sure, Daniel, you noticed it.
Also, I got a 20-month at home.
Yeah. So my son, I remember I was holding him, and now he's going to be 8 years old. And I'm like, wow, where's the time gone? That's why I just try to appreciate everything.
And also appreciate them listening to you.
Yep.
Okay, because right now my kids are at the point that everything I say got to be a question behind. So you know, you cherish the moments when they linked on every word that you said and just thought you were God, basically. So what you said went. Now is you say so.
They question everything.
No, YouTube said.
That's the that's the dangerous thing. We're living in a society where YouTube and all this stuff. Speaking of that, because people's minds are getting diluted now because of what they see on the internet and stuff like that. Common sense isn't so common anymore. Nobody does research anymore.
More logic in the world.
Right, and it's scary. But outside of that, man, I appreciated you playing with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Like I said, that Super Bowl, I was about 14 years old, and being a Buccaneers fan, we talked before this. Being a Buccaneers fan in Massachusetts was difficult.
Yeah,
obviously with the Patriots.
You trying to make me feel old?
No, man, you're not old.
Listen,
how old are you?
I can make you feel old because I was in diapers when you got to this.
What y'all trying to do, man? Y'all trying to?
No, you're good, man. You look. What are you? 28 now?
28. Yeah, 47.
You don't look 47, man.
47.
I'm 38. So, but when I was watching that,
so now you know how young I was when I won.
Yeah, watching that game though, when I know Djax set the tone with those 2 picks, but when I seen you pick that ball off and then do it a second time, I'm like, this game's over. He sealed the deal. Like,
well, the key was my last interception. The reason I didn't get MVP, just for your viewers and everybody to understand, my last pick came with like 4 seconds left in the game. Right, the game was already in hand when I got that last interception. Players had their kids on the sideline. Like, the game was over. Derrick Brooks had the game-sealing pick. When Brooks picked the ball off and scored the touchdown, we basically knew the game was over. So if I would have had that interception, I can see people calling for me to be the MVP, but my last one was just cherry on the top, man, and it gives me an opportunity to be a record holder, to hold on to something nobody's ever done before, you know what I mean? And now my kids can go and be like, my dad is the only person to ever walk the earth, not just to walk the earth, to have 2 pick sixes in the Super Bowl. That's a huge statement.
Dwight, in that game, you're going up against Jerry Rice, Tim Brown. I remember from the documentary, Tim Brown, he drops a pass, and you're like, you waited 15 years for this? Like, you're talking back to him.
But like that's part of, as a corner, you're going backwards and don't know where they're going. They're going forwards and know it. So you have to try to play mind games. You have to try to get in their head. You have to try to do things that just throw them off their game any way
mental warfare.
Yes. So as a corner, man, you're picking, you're prodding, you're doing things to just try to get inside their heads. And I mean, most people who play against you will tell you I didn't stop talking.
So,
Yeah.
what made you want to get into football? Like, who's somebody that inspired you, like, to get into football?
Well, I was a baseball player my whole life, and after my freshman year of football in high school, I was going to play baseball in the spring. And my football coach said, I need you to do something for me. Go and find out how many scholarships are given out to inner city black kids to play baseball. And it was like 2 or 3 a year. So he was like, I'm going to show you the easiest way to make $1 million. And it's football. But you have to run track.
Yeah.
So track was doing baseball season. So I couldn't play baseball. So my high school football coach is the first person who made me realize that I can make a living out of football.
Okay. That's awesome. Also, I have a big issue right now with the NFL.
Okay.
I love watching football, I really do, but I feel like the game has changed a lot.
Uh-huh.
I feel like the sports gambling has really deteriorated the way the game is right now.
Uh-huh.
You had some comments early on. I got to ask the question.
Uh-huh.
With football being rigged, do you believe that it is rigged, or is it just?
My thing is, as a once again, as a fan,
Right.
You watch games, you watch things, right? And for me, I'm not just the blind sheep thing. You know, I'm educated, so I pay attention to things. I watch things. So my statements were based off of the New England Patriots. You're in Massachusetts, right? They were never the talk of the NFL.
Got it.
9/11 happens. Our whole country becomes patriotic, patriotism. Everything had to do with patriots. The Patriots got stars and stripes on their helmets. And now all of a sudden, a 6th-round draft pick becomes the greatest player in the history. So I just,
I kind of had a similar opinion to that because, like I said, how ironic with that tragedy of 9/11 and then the team to win the Super Bowl, the New England Patriots.
But then also the touch rule. We could go back to the touch.
That was a fumble.
He said it. Tom Brady says it's a fumble. So I just be wanting people to pay attention. Like, first off, understand, as much as we love the game is entertainment. It's sports entertainment.
Yeah.
Something else that's sports entertainment.
WWE, boxing, the NBA.
Yep.
But I have to put the best product if I want the most viewership.
Right.
Not.
I get what you're saying. Yeah. You're not lying. You're not lying. It's just a lot of people are afraid.
This is a business. The dude owns the Washington Redskins, owns the Philadelphia 76ers.
We had a discussion about this back there. Yeah.
So how can you so you want the Philly fans to come and watch the 76ers and the Washington fans to come and watch them, but when the Wizards is playing the Sixers or the Eagles is playing, you like which fan base are you a part of?
Right.
It's about $1. So I don't want to hear anything else people got to say, man.
I hear you. I'm with you. And like I said, I feel like once they introduce the sports gambling and they open those floodgates, you're starting to see things.
Money.
Yeah, because
It's all about money.
back then, you talk about the gambling like it was just you had your bookie. Now there's so much money on the line.
It was basically everywhere in the locker room. No gambling. No this. As soon as you walk in the locker room, now you have, like I said, I'm a baseball guy, so I'm a baseball fan. My Detroit Tigers play on FanDuel Sports Network, which means they own the damn TV station.
Yeah.
So now the sports betting sites have ends to teams.
Yeah.
If you own the site, you know everything about the team.
Oh yeah, yeah. You have all the insights. You have everything going on in the locker room. Everything. Injuries that nobody's talking about. You have an advantage.
Vegas was already winning. The only person we ever seen fail in Vegas was Trump. So Vegas ain't never failed.
Yeah.
You're
not lying.
Like,
not lying.
no. So I mean, like, people just pay attention, man.
Yeah.
Treat it as what it is. Sports entertainment.
That's what it is. Yeah. A lot of people were talking about the NBA. They're an entertainment company. A lot of people don't know that. The NBA is an entertainment company.
Yes.
A lot of people don't know that. And there's a lot of people who take it very serious. Now, as I'm getting older, like you just talked about, you start to see certain things and you start putting the pieces together and you start seeing the monopoly of it, and you're like,
But when I was growing up, I was wondering, why was basketball so hated by white America? Then you find out Cooper Flagg is the first white-born American player drafted #1 since 1978.
Oh, wow.
So they haven't been felt represented in that game.
Mm-hmm.
But it was okay when they were all them and we weren't represented and they wanted us to. You get what I mean? Like the hypocrisy in America, you just can't make it up.
Right.
Can't make it up.
Dwight, Odell Beckham Jr. was on a podcast recently, and he talked about how hard it is to manage the money once you get the money in the NFL and how quickly it goes away. What is something you wish you knew coming into the NFL about managing your finances?
Well, both my parents was crackheads. So I knew I wasn't never going back to being broke. So you didn't have to teach me nothing. Like, you didn't have to show me nothing. The thing that I wish I knew was land ownership.
Yes.
Things like that.
Right.
You know, like where I live now in Wesley Chapel, we used to drive out there to Saddlebrook because Serena Williams and Corner Cove, all them used to be out there training. So we used to drive out there. Not us knowing that all this land is going to turn into development. We could have bought all that land out there. You get what, like, so that, like, that's what I think of. Yes, like I haven't worked a day since I retired in 2009, and I probably never work another day in my life. So finances isn't, but I could have done more. Is the point? I was never a football player. I was a hustler playing football. So any money you gave me, I was always gonna make sure that it made another dollar.
Was that kind of just your thing? Were other players, were your peers kind of the same with money, or
you got to say, like, you got guys, but a lot of people are very private about their finances, right? I was raised by my granddad, who was born in 1919 in Mississippi.
Oh, wow.
So my thought process on what you need and all, like, is not as what everybody else thinks.
yes,
You know what I mean? And this was a man who worked for General Motors for 30 years and then owned his own basement remodeling company until I made it to the NFL. So, you know, finances is things we talked about. You know what I mean? Understanding that $1 million isn't a lot of money.
No, not today.
Right? No, back then it was.
Yeah.
But we were being taught from the hood, you get $1 million, oh, I'm set. So now you get these guys who sign contracts with $5-10 million, they think they can never go broke. Because I heard $1 million is a lot of money.
Yeah.
If you're not financially educated, you're going to basically, you get in the Bible and say a fool and his money will soon part. So
I was always told.
Tell me.
I was always told by some of my peers who are very successful, buy land, God ain't making any more of it. Because that's where the money's at, just real estate and being smart with the money. I got to ask you, what is a highlight moment outside of the Super Bowl? What's one of the moments back in your playing career that really sticks out for you?
Let me think, man. Because the Super Bowl, like, that was really the first time my grandparents was at a game.
Oh, okay.
oh wow,
You know what I mean? So so that's a game that always gonna come to my mind. It's like the reason I had the 2 pick sixes was because they're there.
Yeah.
One for a piece, you know, one apiece for both of them, a ball
That's
apiece. You know what I mean? So anytime anybody bring up anything in football, that's always gonna be the moment that always takes over because of them. Like, because of them being involved in that moment.
Right.
Man, I've been playing the sports my whole life. So, you know, me doing something, it ain't nothing. I feel like I could have jumped over the damn building. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. I know
me
you said.
doing something don't really amaze me or feel like, but to have them there for that moment meant everything.
Right.
Dwight, you were a ball hawk. There was a season where you had 5 interceptions.
Mhm.
If you were a GM and you're going to take a cornerback in the first round, what are the things, the intangibles that you're looking for? What makes you say that's my guy right
Well,
there?
being able to play the ball in the air, right? Being able to play the ball in the air, and also playing the ball. Right? A lot of these DBs I watch on TV now play the receiver. They get a lot of flags and things because they never turn and play the ball.
Yep.
So I want a guy who plays the ball and who makes contested plays down the field. Right? So I look at myself coming out of college. I led college in interceptions. My senior year, I had 10. I get drafted in the 3rd round, right? So it's like, how do you let a guy who led college in interception, and then they'll say, well, he's at Akron. Who's he playing against? Well, the first game of the year we played against Michael Vick, and the receiver that played for the Texans that went to Virginia Tech with him, speed dude. I can't think of his name right now.
I'm having a little bit of brain.
I know it's something, man. No, they wasn't Andre. It was Andre something else, man. But he was a speed guy. So I pick off Vic. First game of the year. Got to pick against him. I have 8 interceptions in the first 5 games of my senior season in college. So the only reason I don't have 20 or something is because they don't throw the ball at me no more. No team will ever, they won't come here. They won't even throw the ball over there. I went 4 games with no balls, right? But I can't be. I'm not good enough.
I get you. Yep.
You know what I mean?
I feel like the scouting combine is kind of.
Well, first off, the combine should be outlawed.
Yeah.
What other job do you do 4 years of work for?
Yeah.
And now I need to come and show you that I can do the work. Don't I got 4 years on film?
The film is your resume. Yeah.
Yes. I'm not a big fan of the combine. A lot of people put a lot of stock into that.
No, but
like,
you know what?
Anybody can throw.
The owners. See, I might need to get off your podcast, man. You might get.
Look, bro.
I might get you banned, man.
We're unfiltered.
Like,
we're not.
Listen, the owners
speak your truth, man.
Love to parade men around in their drawers to feel power over them, to tell them your hands aren't big enough. This isn't big. Your wingspan ain't big. You're not fast enough. Forget the point that I can play the game.
Right.
If we're going off intangibles, just scouting intangibles, combine intangibles, Rondé Barber shouldn't be in the league.
Short guy. Hey,
but he's slow. 4.69 or something. Like all this, he can't. Like he shouldn't be there. But the man is one of the greatest football players I ever seen play the game.
They said during the NFC Championship game, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, he's going to be the weakest link for the Buccaneers," and he made one of the most iconic plays in Tampa history.
They go too much off of. You can't measure a guy's heart.
No.
First off, you can't measure a guy's heart. If you can't measure the things that really matter in there, why are we having this conversation?
Yeah.
You know who can run and jump? My dog. That don't mean he can play football.
That's why.
So what the hell do this running and jumping at the combine got to do with it?
That's why I don't put any stock into the combine. Anybody can go there. There's no pressure. It's not live action. You got to go by film. And anytime, like when I cover the Buccaneers and it's draft time, I don't pay attention to the combine. It's a joke in my opinion. I go by what you've done in college, who you matched up against, and your mental aspect of the game. That's what it comes down to. That's just me. It's just again what we just talked about in the beginning. Common sense isn't so common anymore.
No.
Why do we have to line up?
But that's why we have people who are influencers and these things running the world now. When I was growing up, if you was influenced by somebody, it was a bad thing.
Yeah.
Now people are being paid to be influenced.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So the world has flipped upside down, man. Nothing makes sense.
Yeah, up is down, down is up, left is right.
Nothing makes sense anymore, man. The world we live in, people can sit around and follow people and feel okay about it.
Yeah, that's my whole thing, especially with
so you're a follower. Like literally, they're calling yourself
in the comment section all day.
A follower. Like when I was growing up, if you was like all these things that were bad is now okay to be.
Right.
They're teaching us to be okay with being less than. That's not how you want to be as a human being. Nobody is better than me. I shouldn't want to follow anybody. I shouldn't want to look. No, they should like me. And in a lot of ways that messed me up because I don't have any memorabilia from Warren Sapp or Derrick Brooks or LeBron James, who I've known since he was 13 years old, Allen Iverson, or any of these people that I have relationships, because I was a guy who was never asking for autographs.
Right.
Because that wasn't what my mentality was.
Right.
So, it cost me in some ways, but it made me in other ways to understand that nobody is better than me.
Yeah, I try to do that with my son. I try to be, I don't let the world influence my son. Like I'm very cautious with the tablets, with the gaming. Like because like I
Your
think
parents should be your
yeah,
influence.
exactly. Like
I agree.
for me, I give my son incentives. Hey, you got to do this, and that. Oh, you want this toy? You want this light set? You got to work.
But people
you gotta
hate
earn money.
that when they be like, "Who the biggest influence on your life?" And I'm like, "My granddad."
Yeah.
They were like, well, who outside? Well, my granddad wouldn't allow nobody outside my house to influence me.
Right.
So when you ask that question, that's something that you grew up with. What I grew up with is the man in the house is the person who influences me.
I feel like today, in this day and age, with all the media, people are not held accountable for things that they say. Because where I come from, I grew up in a tough neighborhood in Massachusetts. Everybody's pissed off. It's cold out. You know, you don't want to walk out to your car, shovel 2 feet of snow, and everybody's pissed off. But if you disrespected somebody, especially like players or whatever, they'd punch you in the face. I feel like this day and age, there's too many people calling out players, calling them.
No, because they're hiding behind this.
Yeah.
And now, you know, we don't want to knock your show or anything, but everybody has a podcast.
Of course, yeah.
Right? So everybody has an opinion on everything. Right? So now it's when we grew up where if you didn't do this, you can't have an opinion on it. Now Stephen A. Smith is able to talk about Jay-Z.
Yeah. He's talking about politics now.
like what you
Well, when he started talking about the politics, I was just like, when did he start again into politics?
But we knew that he had an agenda.
Okay.
We can already see he has an agenda.
Right.
Like I tell people, the best way to get in political graces is to be black and hate on blacks.
Wow. Yeah.
Because now they're going to parade you around and say, look, he even feels this way. So how are we bad for feeling this way when you have your own kind who feel this way?
Yeah.
So the Byron Daniels from Tallahassee, all these people that's black, they hate black people.
That's crazy. Like, see,
So they're going to be promoted to these positions. I've never heard Stephen A. bash white basketball players.
Can't say I've ever heard. Yeah, you're right.
And I've seen a lot of them be overpaid.
Oh, yeah.
But I've never heard him come out and talk about those.
Yeah.
He'll say in a minute, oh, this black player, oh, I trade him for a bag of potato chips.
It's so, yeah, that's low, man.
Yeah,
It's just
like,
very low.
like,
It's more
this man ain't supposed to feel some type of way if he see you.
Yeah, exactly.
Like what? You say I was to be traded for what?
Yeah, exactly.
As a man, we gotta talk about what? Like, come on now. You can talk about my game, you can go into that, but now you say some things like that, man, you're going a little too far.
Yeah, that's one thing. So, like with this show, I started this show up 2.5 years ago. I'm not a media guy. I'm just a fan of the team, but I'm a football realist. But one thing I've never done is ever call a player out of their name. I can't, because first and foremost, who am I to do that? That's just kind of just disrespectful. I've never been a fan of that, and that goes back to what I said. I feel like there's too many people out there that are very comfortable with saying certain things about players that you shouldn't say. You know what I'm saying?
It was funny when my wife was turning 40. We threw her a Harlem Nights themed party, right? So we out shopping for clothes, and this is when Baker first signed here.
Yeah.
So I'm hearing fans talk bad about Baker. So I'm asking the fans, like, why don't you like Baker? Like, what? Like, I know you've never really watched him.
I feel like the media kind of portrayed him into this character.
That's my because as a fan, you get to watch your team.
Well, they were playing this video of him running away from the cops and getting attacked, and it's just like
that made the main thing.
Yeah, and I've always said, look, says it right in the Bible. But you can't judge people for what, because when you do the same shit.
Peyton Manning had sexual assault claims at Tennessee.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Brett Favre sending pictures.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm trying, but why is this guy just from being a kid running? Like, why is that the worst thing in the world?
Yeah.
But it's because, listen, man, white people don't want to be associated with somebody they think mess with us.
I mean, the way I go about people, I don't judge anybody. I try to put myself in everybody's shoes.
You can't.
Because I'm not perfect.
We're all the same, but we're all the same.
Yeah, I'm not perfect by any means.
The difference is us is where we're raised, right? Colin Kaepernick, Aaron Judge, these guys were adopted by white parents. Who's to say that they would be who they were if they weren't raised by their black parents? So it's all about your situation that you're put in, that you're raised in.
Oh, yeah,
So like everybody's the same, man. Like most of it's your parent.
Yeah,
that should be who got them held accountable.
Oh, yeah.
For how you because everybody is. We come out the damn womb the same.
Yeah.
Nobody comes out hating another person. You go to a park, it's rare you're gonna see kids who won't play with other colored kids. They don't care. They just want somebody to
It's
play.
something that's instilled in your childhood. Because like I said, I'm very humble because my parents came from Portugal. They came here dirt broke, like nothing. You know what I'm saying? They started to build a life together, and you know we were broke for many years. And then you know my father made some moves, and we started having a better life. But there was always that fear because like I took beatings as a kid. I have a moral compass, and I feel like today, this day and age, it's difficult to raise kids because you got the school systems that the minute, like if I talk to my mom the way these kids are talking to their moms today, my father would whoop my ass. And it's not
we
like
live in a state where they ban books. So we
dangerous. That's a dangerous.
Right, so we can't expect them to be in like if you're willing to try to hide history, factual history. We're not saying you shouldn't ban books that are fictional, but you're banning fact books.
Yeah,
that's when
that's
the
dangerous.
line is being crossed, man. Like the only way you cannot repeat history is if you know your history. If you don't repeat, it can be repeated.
Right.
And y'all talk about how much y'all hate the history that we try to hold y'all accountable for. Well, it can happen again if you're not talking about it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like, I've always wondered, when you win a Super Bowl, does that fire the next year? Does that fire stay the same? Like, do you still crave as much, or does it go down, or do you want it even more now? You want to feel that feeling of being a Super Bowl winner again? How does it feel like life after winning a Super Bowl?
Well, if I'm being honest, right? You go, it ain't a fight. Like you go into every year wanting to win a Super Bowl. What keeps the fire burning is your record.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if you got a chance to go to the play, like the year after we won the Super Bowl, we went 7-9,
8-8 the next season.
8-8.
Yeah, it was like win-loss. Yeah.
And then was it 8-8?
Yeah, 8-8 the next season. Yeah. Pretty positive. Yeah, it was 8-8.
So it wasn't 7-9, and then like
I think it
4-12
went.
or
It
something.
went 8-8, and I think it went 7-9, and then just started slowly. I'm
I
telling.
only played 2 more years here. So after this, because my last year we was like 4-12. That's how we got Cadillac. That's how y'all drafted Cadillac that high in the draft. So I'm telling you, like I think it was 7-9, then 4-12.
No, I'm pretty.
Look it up.
Yeah, I think it was 8-8. Pretty positive.
Yeah, like we was motherfucking in the dumps. But I never made the playoffs again after winning the Super Bowl. So I never had a chance to say if the fire was still there. You know what I mean? I'm not even in the playoffs to play for one. So
let's see. Let's take a look. That was what?
That was 2003.
2003.
Yeah.
All right, let me go back. Outside of that, I gotta ask you, what type of music are you into? Who's your go-to?
I'm old, man. So Jay-Z is who I listen to, man.
Yeah, you're right. 7 and 9. Okay.
7 and 9. Yeah.
7 and 9. You are right. My bad. So you're a Jay-Z guy.
I'm about to say, if we 8-8, we might have a chance to get in the playoffs. I don't know. What you said Keyshawn home that year. So you know what I mean? I know I remember that year very, very
that was probably an interesting situation on like with everything that happened between Coach Gruden and Keyshawn. You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, but
listen, man. We really don't know what was going on. Right?
It's strange.
It's a when you're in the NFL, it's a grown man league. So your relationship with coach, nobody knows. You know what I mean? This is stuff that if he want to talk to you, he's gonna bring you in his office, he's gonna do this. So nobody really knows. So you hear that somebody is finna get paid to be at home.
Ooh.
That's something you never heard of in the NFL. So it was just
because they deactivated him, right?
Yeah,
they deactivated him.
But they kept paying him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's like so if they that mean they really don't want you here.
Right.
If they're willing to pay you to not be here. Because most teams gonna put you on special team.
Right.
They're gonna do shit to mess with you. They're not just gonna send you home and give you your money.
Yeah.
So it's like
they did it to Baker with the Panthers. They put him on. Who was it?
He was on the scouting team.
Yeah,
he was playing defensive end.
Defensive end.
That's what teams do to you.
That's why
they don't. If they send you home, that means, dude, they really don't.
Yeah.
Like you. You know what I mean? Like that is some.
Yeah. See, I feel like the NFL is just a very like. It's a tough league. They kind of, I feel like it's almost like they take advantage of the players. Like a lot of people complain about, oh, they're getting paid all this money.
Well,
you
off,
got to understand.
You're not getting paid a lot of money. You know how I know?
What's that?
Because it's one man paying all of y'all. So what does he get?
Well, I'm saying like as far as
no, it can't be
right.
a lot. It's only one a lot. Okay. See, this be my point to people, right? When people, it's only one first ballot on the Hall of Fame. Right. It's only one. It's only one of. We can't say a lot and mean that it ain't a lot.
Right.
You get what I mean? It can't be a lot if one person can pay all of y'all and all the people who work in the front office and all the people who work in selling tickets and all like there's one person paying all of them. Why don't anybody ever talk about their money?
Fair enough. I mean, like I said, you know more about it than I do. Like I said,
but I'm at, well, why don't nobody ever say the owners are making too much money? They just go and say, "Oh, this player makes too much money." This guy. What about the owner?
What is it? 14 billion or 21 billion that the NFL generates
every time?
Know that you can look at whatever their what up, P Dub? Their TV money.
Right.
See what their TV money is for this year.
Crazy.
But they split it.
Yeah, okay.
It's all revenue sharing in the NFL.
Wow. Yeah.
So what is the incentive to win?
Yeah, what you're saying. It's a lot of like I said, it's not
why
the same
Jerry Jones ain't won in 30 years.
Yeah.
Because there's no money in winning.
Yeah. Well, that whole situation there.
There's no he got the highest value franchise in football.
America's team, yeah.
So what is the value in winning? Is my point. There is none. I'm already there.
You opened up my eyes a lot to some things today, man. I appreciate it.
Like if you got a toy and everybody keep buying it, why do I need to fix it? Why do I need to change it? Why do I need to do anything if everybody's just gonna buy it anyway?
Right. With the music situation, you said Jay-Z, right? Mm-hmm. Anybody else? Like for me, when I'm in a creative type of space, man, Nipsey Hussle, hands down, is one of my favorites.
Because that's your age range.
Yeah, Nipsey, because it wasn't like his upbringing.
I didn't even listen to Nipsey until after he got killed.
Yeah, a lot of people so I was listening to Nipsey during his mixtapes with Bullets Ain't Got No Names because I was a big Game fan. I found out.
See, I don't Nipsey, like I'm an East Coast guy. Like that's why I'm
I like East Coast. There's something about the West Coast, like the sound. Like I was big.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. The sound and the
beat. Yeah, it's a good vibe. Like for me, like Nipsey was. I like Nipsey just because it wasn't all about like a gangbanging and killing and all. It was you listen to Victory
But he
Lap.
had killed people.
Yeah, but you listen to Victory Lap.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's where, regardless if it ain't for you, but you have.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't get that, pass. So now I have my son listening to a murderer.
Yeah. For me, like Victory Lap, Victory Lap was.
I'm too deep, man. That's my number one problem.
You're good, man.
No, it ain't. I can enjoy life a lot more if I didn't think so much.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I see people enjoying their life, and I can't do that because I
have those moments sometimes where I'm just like, I wish I didn't know all this. And sometimes I look at my son.
I be wanting to be dumb.
Yeah.
A lot of times, man, because you can just go and enjoy yourself. I be watching people going and living, and it's like you don't even know.
Yeah. Like I said, sometimes I look at my kid and I'm just like, it's scary to see that the world that they're gonna come up. And it's on me though as a parent that I gotta do the best I can.
That's the scariest thing for a parent.
All right.
Dwight,
y'all ready?
I know you're short on time here, buddy.
All right.
Thank you for coming on to our
man,
podcast.
Appreciate you. Me on here, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anytime you want to come on and speak your truth, man.
Talking to good people, man.
Bro, anytime you want to come on and speak your truth.
I appreciate it.
Anytime you want to speak your truth, man, you're more than welcome to. I have an open platform, man.
Yes, man. Well, tell all your followers, man, God bless. That's the first thing, but also stay educated. That's the most thing that they hate in this world is an educated person.
Absolutely.
Because you won't fall for anything. So educate yourself on more than just what you like, shall I say. Be well-rounded. Understand everybody always want me to come talk sports, but they don't understand that sports right now in my life is maybe 5% of.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So the things that I want to talk about, the things that is how can we change the world? How can we get people to be better people? Like those are the conversations that we need to be having, not who's going to be the MVP of what league. That's not going to help us change anything.
Absolutely. Dwight Smith, Super Bowl champion. As always, guys, thank you. Appreciate your time and put God